Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday to everyone. I hope you are staying safe on the roads. I hope you're staying safe at home. I hope your families are doing well. I hope you have everything under control. So today's topic, my favorite Uber, the company I love so much. They're in the news, and this time, again, nothing great really that they're doing there, and the media obviously absolutely loves the Uber stories, right? They're all over it. And David Hunt's in the house, first person in the house. We have another person in the rideshare driving school doing back-to-back streams, clocking up hours here. So here's the thing. Uber and Lyft drivers accuse the companies, obviously Uber and Lyft, of holding up unemployment benefits. Just let's repeat this again. Uber and Lyft drivers accuse the companies of holding up unemployment benefits. In what way do you think these companies can hold the unemployment up? It's very simple, right? These various agencies, these various states have to call in and verify, hey, did Howard, did Mark, did David so-and-so work for the company, blah, 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 in 2019, et cetera, right? What are the numbers? Can you get us the numbers? Now, the problem here is that there is no number, right? There is no phone number for Uber. So the only number you have is the 1-800 number that leads to the helpline. The helpline shoots you back and says, hey, you got to call the company. The company doesn't supply a phone number, no way of getting through. I will leave a phone number, a legal phone number, right? Which is a binding phone number. You guys need to call this number and just even leave a message and put it on the record. Hey, I am unable to complete my application for unemployment benefits because you are holding up the process by not providing the details to the state. So you get that on record. That's legally binding. So I'm going to share with you here. I'm going to share with you the way around it, how we disclose that 415 number online, so people can call in and actually leave a recorded message saying, hey, the state is trying to reach the company. They've blocked my unemployment because they cannot reach anyone that's verifying the information at Uber and Lyft. And you then call this number and put them on notice, right? I so-and-so today at this time, this date, put Uber on notice that you are not supplying the information to my state. You get it on record, right? And I would highly suggest that you have a second phone or so that you can tape this or record this on your computer so you have evidence that they obstructed you, right? Again, a lot of people are not getting the money, right? Because Uber is obstructing the process by not making that phone number available to the states. The 1-800 number won't cut it. They just say, no, sorry, we can't help you here. You have to call the company. The company doesn't provide a phone number. I will provide a phone number to you. So we have David in the house. We have Jim in the house. We've got Jimmy Abstract Echo in the house. El Baroni in the house. El Baroni says those companies are just wicked. They're calling death on their drivers. It's just bullshit. I mean, you honestly think that the drivers are going to love this company after all the shenanigans, after all the bullshit that they're doing during the pandemic, not paying out, not creating unemployment benefits, not helping on that front, not putting workers' compensation, no sick leave. Do you honestly think that the drivers are going to go back and say, oh, we want to work for you? No, they're going to say, we hand in our divorce papers, we done. Double middle finger, right? That's my attitude. I'm sick and tired of this company. I'm sick and tired of the shit. In fact, got great news to report that the law firm that I'm talking to is now increasing the numbers. They said, Mr. Kuna Torsten, we can actually bump up your claim We're going to sue them for over $1 million. So my 2 new lawsuits combined are going to be over $1 million, probably the highest. That's how I'm going to advertise it in the media. The highest claim filed against these companies, right, from one individual driver. I am suing them through this California company for over $1 million. I had a 1-hour phone call with the law firm yesterday, and we are going to take them to the effing cleaners. I'm done with these guys, right? And I'm going to blow that that lawsuit thing up in the media like crazy, like absolutely crazy. Gonna pound these guys with a hammer, and I'll get a lot of publicity over that, because my numbers between the referrals and wages and overtime and all of that misclassification, we're filing for over $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be a great press release, and they're not going to like it, right? So I've asked the law firm, hey, can I push that media wiser? They said, let's all coordinate it together. We're going to file the 2 lawsuits simultaneously, and then we're going to put on media pressure. And they said, by all means, they know my channel, they know who I am. They said, we don't even have to help or assist you. You know what you're doing there. We're just going to check your press release and make sure it's tight, right? And that they can't legally come back to us. And then they said, green light, go and pick these MFs apart. And that's what I'm going to do. I am sick and tired of the corruption from Uber, what they're doing to drivers, how they are stealing from drivers, how they are, again, another story, not making these unemployment benefits. These people are at home waiting for the $600. They're waiting, and this company is obstructing them to get their monies. It's sickening, folks. And the only way you take action is you club them. You club them over and over and over again. So anyone who's affected by this, anyone who's been stalled, who's been stonewalled in this process, please turn to Twitter, turn to Facebook, make your videos, right? Dewey Fisher beautifully says it, he sums up, he says, Dara K is a dick, capital D, capital I, capital C, capital K. Are you listening in, Dara, Tony West? Because I know you watch my videos. You've already said you watch my videos. There it is. You are a capital D, a capital I, a capital C, a capital K for screwing over drivers. And we're coming after you hard and heavy. Boom, 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 hammer style. Going to chip that building down. It's going to crumble. Brrr, at Market Street, 1455. You're just going to see bricks, windows, glass, steel all over, because we are going to chip away at your foundation. I am so sick and freaking tired of the shit that these guys try to pull off on a daily basis. It's unacceptable. So not only that, but they are also under investigation same day, right? Uber Eats is under investigation in California after failing to check customers who are over 21 while delivering cocktails during coronavirus lockdown. Cocktails? Now you're engaged in getting alcohol to underage kids? Is that how you are? Is that how desperate you've become, Dara K, to get money that you have to start paying? It's like those old days when you it's like those old days when you had to sell moonshine, right, through cars and collect, alcohol illegally. It sounds like you watch too many of those moonshine movies back, whatever, 60s or whenever this place, 60s, 70s, I guess, that took place, right? They've probably watched too many of those movies. Oh, I can do that through Uber Eats. I can start peddling alcohol, right? So they start selling cocktails and alcohol, no checking, no nothing. Good to the Washington Post reporter who blew the whistle. He blew the whistle on Uber Eats for delivering him cocktails, right? He set them up and there was no ID check. So he's got a great story. Good food. So at least it tightened up the system and they don't get, what are they going to be next? Selling tobacco? Selling vape to kids? I mean, how creative is Dara K getting? Are you such a pimp and a prostitute that you have to go and resort to these type of means to get money into your company? Who are you, dude? Seriously, who are you? You sound like some mafiosi thug. Slap. Good South African style. There we go. So contacted California Department of Alcohol Beverage Control to complain. He complained to them. ABC launched an investigation into the allegation of rogue cocktail deliveries. I mean, here you are an Uber delivery driver. You pick up, like, what is this? This sounds like a gin. This smells like a gin and tonic. This smells like an apple martini. I wish I could drink it, but apparently the person paid for this alcohol. Where is it going? Who knows? Maybe to an but they're not checking IDs, right? I mean, who are these guys? Who are you, Derek? Have you lost your identity? I mean, are you a prostitute selling everything you can to make money? Or you're a pimp on the side of the streets hustling cocktails? Now, what's next? Vapes? Cigarettes? Narcotics? What's next, Uber? No limits, no shame, right? Fucking hell, man. What is going on here? Uber Eats app is only set up to allow alcohol sales in select markets. Company says it takes the issue seriously and is reviewing its procedures. Oh yeah, you start reviewing your procedures. I know this type of legal talk. Oh, we will look into this, right? But we will not comment on this right now. We will look into it after you've done all the shenanigans, right? Unbelievable. They should revoke the license in California and hold them hostage over that. I mean, you know, Uber and Lyft are in this big lawsuit over AV5. This is California, take action. This is your reason to revoke their license and say, hang on, you come into compliance over this. You stop peddling shit like this to kids and minors. You start abiding by the AB5 laws and paying out sick leave and all of that. And then we will maybe reissue the license. California cannot be weak on this. They got to clobber them over the head with a hammer, right? Back to the story of them holding up employment benefits. Let me just read this to you because it's mind-blowing. Nearly a month after the CARES Act expanded jobless aid to include gig workers, drivers for Lyft and Uber sidelined by the coronavirus-related economic shutdown are accusing the rideshare companies of holding up their unemployment benefits. For Christ's sakes, these guys need their money, Uber, Lyft, they need their money. They're desperate to get their 600. I'm trying to help my brothers and sisters to get their 600 by exposing these frauds. But you guys also have to do the work, ladies and gentlemen. You got to promise me, you got to turn to social media. If you do not take your fight to Twitter, if you do not take your fight to Facebook or YouTube, don't be surprised that they do it over and over again. We have to hold up the mirrors to the public and say, this is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Teddy T says, and it's federal dollars that Derek claims he begged Congress for. Yeah, so he said, yeah, well, I went batting for you. I'm the person that got you the money. No, you were the person in the first place that misclassified drivers and screwed them over. It's the taxpayer that bailed the independent contractors, or at least half of the states out so far. You were the biggest obstructionist, Tony West and John Zimmer, Logan Green, Derek Kay. You were the obstructionists. You weren't the creators of the money that started flowing our ways. We finally had some politicians on both sides, Republicans and Democrats alike, agree, hey, we got to get help to these independent contractors. Here's Derek Kay. I take responsibility for this. I am the one that created the pipeline for monies. Bullshit, dude. What are you smoking over there in San Francisco or Venice? Or what are you tripping out? What type of LSD do you take? What type of pot do you smoke? What type of amphetamines do you take at night when you keep on dreaming up this bullshit, right? I'm done with these guys. I'm literally, after yesterday's phone call, after these attorneys told me all the shit that these guys did, all the crap where these guys misappropriated money, and they said, Torsten, the cool thing is we get our day in court and we will get everything. We will subpoena everything. You know, I said, I would love to have Derek Kay in a deposition, unfortunately not, right? But we are going to, we are literally, another headline just made me sick that one of Donald Trump's biggest donors got the biggest COVID-19 support. No wonder. You take care of these politicians, they just right now, it was on my phone, right? The biggest donors to these political parties got the most money. And another sickening thing is that major companies, and I'm going to do another video on major companies that are filthy rich, hundreds of millions of dollars, went in and tapped into our small business monies. They took that money. So the administration misdirected those billions and billions of dollars to people who had the money. Didn't come down to the small guy. So we got to keep on clubbing and clubbing and clubbing and clubbing and clubbing these greedy bastards, right? That's the only way. And you got to fight and expose them in the media. I'm going to take every single one of those companies that received those money. They're companies worth a few $100 million that got our money. Small business, for the small business guy. They got $10-15 million settlements. I'm not kidding you. $10-15 million aid from the administration. Right? Why? Because they donated, they helped the campaigns, they got the love, but the guys didn't even get their $1,000. And here we are fighting for the $600 per month because they won't share unemployment. It is so corrupt. And the only way, my friends, you get back at these companies is you expose these CEO frauds and you club the companies over their head, over and over and over on Twitter, on Facebook and YouTube, right? They hate it when you prick their ego, right? When you like their ego, the big ego balloon. You pop their ego. That's what you have to do. It is Trevina Williams, greed, VA holding up payments. Money is going to the wrong people. Money is going to the people who already have the money, right? This is a free checkbook to write checks to your cronies, to your buddies, right? And the people that really need it, they're really stressed out. Believe me, I have read texts and emails where people are on their knees and stressed. Torsten, I do not know what to do. Please help me. Please help me. It saddens me it angers me. It makes me mad that I have to read that people are down on their hands and knees trying to get money. People are going to food banks to get cans of foods, while these bastards are wiring millions and millions and millions of dollars into accounts to people that already have the money. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to change that system, please, right? It is so effed up, right? And you got to go out there and you got to do your thing in November. You got to identify all of these MFs that are screwing over the little guy. Unacceptable, my friends. So Ruthie Como, who drives for Uber in Florida, first applied for unemployment benefits at the end of March. She said the company wouldn't provide a phone number for the state to verify her status as a driver, instructing her to use the general service number. The state's unemployment system did not recognize the number and rejected her unemployment claim. She said she reapplied for benefits on April 15th, but was rejected a second time. Why was she rejected? Because Uber has blocked all the external phones. Nobody will take any calls and verify it for the states. They're not working. They're not working with the states. And this blowhard Derek Kay says, oh, I'm your savior. I'm the person that got you this. No, you're the person that firstly misclassified the people, and you're the person that's actually blocking them from getting the money. That is truth. That's the reality, Dara. And you need to be slapped across the face. Good old South African style. We call it in South African, you can call it like this, right? In rugby, if somebody would, take your boots and rub them into the back and draw blood and scrape you on the back of the neck as you were down, you would turn around and you would give them a pussklap. Look it up. It's Dutch. Look at what a pussklap means. It's a flatty against the ear, because you hit that eardrum, even the biggest guy falls down onto his knees, right? Because they lose their equilibrium. You give them a flatty. In Dutch, it's called a pussklap. And Derek Kay, I'm officially giving you a pussklap right now, South Africa style, because I am sick and tired of your bullshit, right? And after yesterday's phone call, mark my words, I am motivated as ever. These guys bumped up my lawsuit from about $550,000 to over $1 million. They said, Torsten, the company did this to you, they did this to you, they did this to you, they did this to you. We go after them for this, we go after them for that, we go after them for that, we go after them for that, we go after them for that. I'm like, I'm all on board. The more we can pound these guys, the more people I can bring this law firm, and we can pound them and pound them and pound them. And I have no problem going into a 70% me or 30% for the law firm. I have no problem, because even if you get $100,000, I'll take $70,000 all day long. They deserve $30,000 if they get me $70,000 all day long, right? So this is how I'm going to make this company pay back, right? I'm going to educate drivers on all the shenanigans through this channel. That's going to be my main drive from now on, right? No more recruiting, done with the recruiting. They're not paying anyway. They're just stealing your monies. But now, ladies and gentlemen, you have awoken the beast, the South African beast. And it had to happen. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I turn against this company big time. There is no love from here on outwards, right? So they said, I've told Uber support this a few times and have been given the same answer. This is the only number we have at this time. That's the only number they will put out there, right? So they won't help you. Guys, I am going to show you. There is if anybody has it in my videos, I can't access it right now, but there is a 415 number, right, in one of my videos. If somebody finds it, please, it's a San Francisco number. Let's put it there. You call them up and you put them up on the record. The state is trying to verify my funds. You are blocking it. My name is Torsten Kunert. I'm calling you at 10:45 a.m. on April the 23rd and giving you notice that you have failed to supply the state, my state, with my income and with the verification of my employment. That's it. It's on the record, right? So Scott Tucker has it saved in a picture. Just run that number by us again, put it out there. That's the phone number you need to call in case these guys are blocking you, right? I'm giving you a legal way so you can cover your ass, right? So there it is, and as you leave, you take another phone and you film it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling the Uber number 415 in the legal department. Here it is, and I'm now letting them know that they're obstructing, and you film this so you have the evidence for the courts, right? So you can always go back and get that money, right? Because that money is owed to you, and that money will not be taken away from you through creative means by this Tony West and those cohorts. It's not going to happen. So we will outsmart them, we will clobber them, and we're going to get our money, each and every cent and dollar, for the drivers that they deserve, for the delivery people. No stone unturned. Christy Contine, a full-time Lyft driver in San Diego, applied for unemployment benefits online on March the 25th when the California application asked her for quarterly earnings. When the California application asked her for quarterly earnings, she called the company to get the information, but a customer service representative refused to provide it, she said. Instead, Contine calculated her pay herself by using information in the Lyft app. She got a confirmation code and a note that her benefits would arrive in the mail. About 10 days later, the notice came only to deliver bad news, right? A lot of people have received this bad news. Why did they receive the bad news? Because the companies are blocking them and not making this possible. You're thinking this whole time, oh, I'm good. And you open it up and says you will get $0. $0, right? When you're entitled to $600 a week. Contine 61 also works for Uber and used to earn between $800 to $1,000 weekly driving for the two ride-hailing companies before the pandemic hit. She pays $600 a month in rent for her motorhome and considers herself relatively fortunate, but feels her treatment has been unfair given that driving during these uncertain times could put her health at risk, right? These are real stories. People out there were earning $600 to $1,000. She lives in a motorhome. She needs the money. Maybe she has kids as well, right? It's a bad place to be right now. You don't know what to do, she told CBS Money Watch. Part of your brain says go to work, but another part of your brain says I want to live. And you know, it boils down to the shenanigans of Tony West and crew, right? And I'm going to call the bastard again out on Twitter today. It's because you've misclassified drivers, you screwed the state over money, you screwed the drivers over money, right? And now we cannot access our money. And for that, my friend, we are going to clobber you over the head so many times until your head's just going to start ringing and you say, surrender, 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 we will pay, we will pay. We will pound the shit out of you. I am furious, ladies and gentlemen, after the emails and text messages that I read this morning that people are literally down on their knees. I'm begging, I don't know what to do. Please help me, what can I do, right? Shit, if I was some multi-billionaire, I could wire monies all over the show, but I'm not. That is the responsibility of Dara Kay and Tony West and these people. Now, back to the story about the alcohol. Again, something that pisses me off as well this morning. Sorry, I'm on a roll here, right? But this is basically a funneling alcohol and whatever other things to children, right? This could be another person's kid behind the back getting to alcohol using their parents' app. Let's just say, totally possible. It's been done. Goose says Uber deserves no mercy. There's no going to be no mercy for Uber. Nothing. Even after they start tapping out, I will still twist and twist and twist and twist that arm, even if they're tapping out. Tap out, Darren, tapping out. No. Twist, clack, break it. Clack, break the next bone. That's what I'm going to do with you. I have no mercy for these motherfuckers. Excuse my French. I am pissed. So the California Department of Alcohol Beverage Control has launched an investigation into alleged rogue cocktail deliveries by Uber Eats. The probe was launched after a Washington Post reporter used the service to order cocktails for delivery and then complained to the state regulator about apparent violations. Post reporter Faiz wrote that he'd ordered a half a dozen cocktails from Uber Eats in the Bay Area and observed that they were delivered in open containers, okay? Delivered without food and left at the doorstep without an ID check. All apparent violations of the state regulations. The same goes for the restaurant. You should know better, restaurant owner, that you can't have open flask alcohol and then push it through the Uber Eats system because you're so desperate to make money. So not only Uber is responsible, but the restaurants should not participate in this. So both parties are to blame here because the restaurant should know better. The restaurant should question, where is this alcohol going? Is this alcohol going to a minor? Sorry, I can't send it out in open containers. So both the restaurant and Uber Eats need to step up and take responsibility and pay the fines here. Hammer time, right? So Uber Eats spokesman told dailymail.com, while laws and regulations are shifting rapidly during this pandemic, it's important to note that Uber Eats does not currently allow alcohol sales in all markets. So we take these type of reports very seriously. Oh, really? You take them very seriously, but apparently it's no problem to order it through your company. You take it very serious. Now you've been busted with your pants down, Dara, running around naked on Market Street because you're selling alcohol. Now you say, oh, we take this very seriously. We take this very seriously. Come on. So that's it, my friends. Those are the two stories. That really was my, that was my 30 minutes of raging this morning, raging mad. You haven't seen me this mad. I can even get madder than this, right? And now it's time to club. It's clubbing time. And I'm not talking clubbing, night clubbing time. It's clubbing hammer time, right? So this is the way it's going to go down. So good luck to these guys for trying to get away with this. At the end of the day, you know, the beautiful thing is the truth always comes out. You know, in the discovery phase, in depositions, in request for admissions, the truth always comes out. So you can hide, you can lie, you can bullshit for a long, long time, but eventually the stories all come out, right? Eventually the stories flood the headlines, right? Because there are people that are brave enough, there are whistleblowers, there are people that are brave enough to expose the truth, and then we got to walk with that truth. You know, the truth is they did this and this and this, and they're taking no responsibility. There's no remorse, anything for the dollar, anything for the dollar. You have corrupt administrations wiring money to people that truly, truly don't need it. You have corrupt administrations taking care of their highest donors, sending records amounts of monies to these individuals when they truly, truly don't need it. Who needs it? The person on the street that's trying to feed his family, that's driving around for $500-600 a week, trying to make ends meet, and is now begging, he or she is on their knees waiting for that $600 and it's not coming. Why? Because you misappropriated the funds, you sent them elsewhere to people that did not need it, and you are blocking the funds. You're getting creative on CEO level, finding very, very creative ways of blocking the money. Has anybody found that 415 number? I'm going to leave it here. It's a 415 number. Scott Tucker, do you perhaps have it? Or did somebody mention it in the feed? Maybe it's been mentioned in the feed. Where is it? Please come through for us, Scott Tucker, if you are listening in. I can access it and putting it, Scott's looking for it. But if you put in Rideshare Professor on the top and put 415, I've put it in the title, so it should show up. If you would type in YouTube Rideshare Professor 415, it should show up in that search, right? It's a 415 something something number. And I want you to phone that number, and why don't you just phone it anyway and just say, stop blocking unemployment, right? Stop selling alcohol to minors. Pound them, leave it, right? And if you're affected by this and not getting the money is because they're blocking it, put them on notice. G4, I just got denied after 6+ weeks of waiting. They want more work time from 2018 now, and of course, their site doesn't work with the crap. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable that they don't want to pay out on state level, but they're perfectly fine wiring $15 million of small business administration money to big major $100 million companies. Unbelievable. Unacceptable. What's going on in my other feed? Why is it? There it is. Sorry about that. Okay. We don't have that 415 number. I'm going to head out. I'm picking up a trailer. I'm picking up a new car. That's my bit of excitement today. Also there it is. There it is. Whoa, Jimmy came through for us. Jimmy came through for us. Abstract Echo is a legend. 619. You call them up, right? And whatever you want to, if you're being held up, get it on record, film again, video record yourself with a phone of you making that phone call, giving them notice at that phone number, right? Spread that number in social media. This is the number, this is the legal number for Uber. So it's the best number to have. It's not reception desk or anything. It's their legal recording number, so you can leave a message on it, right? Thank you. All right, people, I need to rock and roll. I have to pick up a trailer from U-Haul. I'm picking up a beauty. I will share the pictures of that beauty in the next few days. Mark Roughton, much love to you guys. Scott Tucker, you're awesome. Love and Light, Abstract Echo, G4, Chris Hollingsworth in the house. Let's club him. Clubbing time. And I'm not talking night clubbing time. I'm talking hammer time, right? Turn to social media and expose these frauds. Yito, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. And Ruben's open today. Sherelle, go by and tell him that Torsten sends much love. I might even see you down there because I have to bring down a car, a beauty, a convertible, a beauty. You will like her. You guys will approve. Mark Roughton, you guys rock. Thank you. And my apologies for getting a little bit too heated, right? I shouldn't threaten violence or anything. No, I didn't. I did said I will turn his hand a little bit more. Even if he taps, we'll turn it a little bit more. I want to see that Derek case squealing like a little pig. Really. That's my goal,
Tapping out. I'm tapping out. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for all the shit I done to drives. I'm so sorry.
I want to see the little pig squeal, tapping out.
So sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm a little piglet. I admit it. I'm a little piglet. Tap, I'm tapping out. Please let me go. Please let me go.
We let him go. he has to admit that he's a pig. I think my behavior is justified. Jimmy, thank you. You rescued me there. You rescued me. I just needed someone to tell me that haven't lost my mind, that I'm actually just acting very passionate about this. It's sickening. It's just sickening. It breaks my heart reading these. You guys, you know how many texts and emails I get? This is my situation. This is my situation. People are being honest. They're talking about their feelings. They say they're stressed. I don't know what to do. I'm on my knees. This is the type of language I'm reading. How do I feel after I read stuff like that? Of course, I'd have a lot of anger towards the people that are doing the shenanigans and forcing the people into this type of hopeless position, behavior, that they are literally on their knees begging, I need this money right now, right? People who feel humiliated because they have to go down to a food bank and pick up cans. I'm getting stories from all over, my friend, not from overseas. I'm getting stories from all over the United States. I can tell you, there's many functioning countries out there. The people have the money. They are getting this thing under control. We have a lot to learn in the United States, and that's not attacking my country of birth. I'm just saying, as a whole, we need to get rid of a lot of old archaic systems in the IRS. We need to update all our software. We need to come up to 2020 standards here, ladies and gentlemen. We stuck in the 70s and 80s on a lot of stuff, right? We are not performing at peak level in the United States. We're kidding ourselves, right? The money needs, instead of wiring the money to your cronies and taking care of them, that money should be used to update our infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, better cell phone reception, fiber optic lines for all the cities, high-speed internet, updating old archaic computer systems, old archaic computer software. Bring it all up to 2020. That's where you need to spend the money. You need to be a leader, a forefront, right? And not pretend to be, right? We need to have an effective FEMA, FEMA. We have to have disaster relief in place, immediately functioning on all 50 state levels, right? We have to come up to speed in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm not saying that. I'm not attacking my country of birth, right? I was born in Georgetown. I'm a born American. I'm not I'm just saying I am challenging the people on top to bring everything up to 2020 standards. So if a next pandemic rolls around, we are prepared, right? Our roads are fixed. Our bridges are fixed. And not that the guy, the fat cat with his multi-million-dollar mansion just invested in a couple of new cars, right? Because he got a 10, 20, 30 million dollar bailout from high above. That 20, 30 million dollars should be flowing into the infrastructure and bringing everything up to speed to 2020 standards, right? It's enough, ladies and gentlemen. We can't just pretend, close our eyes, close our ears, close our mouth, pretend this is not there. We're not there. Look at the mess. This state, people in this state are reporting working, not working. This state working, not working. This state working, not working. That's unacceptable, right? It's unacceptable. Anyways, I've raged enough. Aldan, hey brother, how are you? Uber and Lyft are going to pay for everything that they're doing to the drivers. They will pay for this, my friends. And he says, God bless all of the families. Aldan, you're wonderful. Thank you. Those are powerful words of encouragement that we need right now. I appreciate that, right? Rick Bennett says he watches this crap all his life. We're going to change this. And there's nothing more powerful than social media. You know where I go and misdirect a lot of my frustrations today that I've built up in the last 24 hours after these attorneys have told me this is how they screwed you over. After I read these emails, I turn to social media and call these people out. Really, Dara? Pimp, prostitute, Dara, you have to sell alcohol to minors now? That's how desperate you are? And to that same restaurant owner in the Bay Area, seriously? You funneling alcohol through Uber Eats to minors possibly? Shame on you, dude. Close your restaurant down. Shame on you. South Africa style, puss clap on the ear. Here, on that spot there. Any woman, any guy gets attacked by a tall person, doesn't matter how big they are, 6'2", 6'3", 6'5", here. Hit them flat on that thing as hard as you can, and the biggest man will come crumbling down, right? So puss claps for all of these guys at Uber and Lyft and other companies that are screwing over people. We're coming after you, hard and heavy. Teddy T says, have a good day. Can't wait to see the pics of the vehicle. Cool. Awesome. All right, my friends, we had 40 minutes of fun and madness, tears and laughter, but we will prevail. Okay, cool. What's this? New York Rideshare Geek. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for that. New York Car Accident says, don't approve unemployment, but F and TLC every day. Email New York TLC driver, have delivery food. It's stupid. TLC, F and ridiculous. Food delivery, take. Okay, you raging. You even raging more than I am. I'm trying to make sense, but whatever you say sounds like it's a step in the right direction, right? Sounds like New York car accident. Sounds like you're taking a step in the right direction. But believe me, I think I'm still talking with clear words. I'm trying to decipher those four sentences of raging. If anybody can put some structure to that rage, but it does sound like you're heading off in the right direction. Love and light. Senator. I work with senators. I know senators. So good senators that really care about the people. I do know a few, right? I do know a few. In fact, we should get one on the phone right now. Hold up. So I'm going to close this. Let's see.